Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, people. Hope you guys enjoyed the day and your week that you've been having. We're gonna have a real quick game review of the Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid derby. Unfortunately, it ended in a tie, and the only person that favored that result was Barcelona. Currently, we are 5 points above them in the table, and 1 point above Atlético Madrid in the table. So we can't be really losing games and dropping points anymore. So we gotta do what we gotta do. Barca do play Sevilla tomorrow, so probably gonna be 2 points behind us, and that's not a good thing. But yeah, like I said, yeah, this game was very interesting to say the least. I felt like in the first half we were playing a little bit too slow, a little bit too scared, but it was like night and day in the second half for me. From our side, I believe the man of the match for me was Ceballos today. He was just brilliant. You could argue he could have got a yellow or earlier, maybe two yellows, which would equal the red card, but he only got one yellow today. But outside of that, today he was just magnificent. Taking relieving the pressure like every time we got the ball when they were pressing him, he kept the ball. He wasn't giving the ball away at all in dumb situations. Very brilliant game from him today, and he's been one of our best players this season. And I don't know how much else to say about him. He deserves his credit. Probably gonna get a contract renewal. Hopefully, because we need him. We don't know who really is going to step up in that role long term. So until somebody does, then I say you bring back Ceballos. Uh, I'm gonna speak on the back line per se. I think the back line played fantastic today. Outside of what was a very soft pen, they handled all of the Atletico Madrid's attacks pretty well. They did what they had to do. I thought Vasquez had one mistake in him today. Outside of that, I didn't really see any big mistakes from him. Of course, Chermany gave a pen away, but it was legitimately one of the softest pen calls you'll ever see this season. But outside of that, though, he played very brilliantly, clearing clearing the ball in certain situations, and yeah, and I just got to clap it up for this kid. Raul Asensio. I don't know where we would be this season if it wasn't for him, but he's been magnificent, and I dare to say that center back spot might be his going forward. I don't know who's gonna take it from him. I pray that the board makes some signings in the summer and they bring in competition. But I think he if at the very least if he's your backup center back, you're in a very good space in my opinion. I love the game from he had today. He was very aggressive, very strong with the ball, got the ball out where he needed to, covered well, did everything he was supposed to do. Courtois was Courtois as usual. Unfortunately, he did get beat. They did score on him with the penalty, but outside of that, I thought he was good today. Didn't really make any mistakes. There was a couple times where when he went long, I felt like the we could have kept the ball a little bit more, but when he kept going long, it basically went to the Atletico Madrid players or went out of bounds, which was their ball anyway. But outside of that, didn't really have a problem. Fran Garcia, very good game from him today. I thought he did his job well, especially going against Simeone and Griezmann on that side of the pitch. Those two have been on fire, especially Simeone. I've been seeing his name pop up in goals and stuff like that. So the fact that Fran Garcia kept up with them, make sure when he did get beat, he recovered well. He when there were times when I seen Asensio go out to right back to cover for him, he would immediately go to center back and replace that position. And it's just small things like that where you see somebody go out and cover for you, you go out and you return to their position to cover for them. That's one of the main things that you want to see a defender doing, like I said. But Valverde, I thought this was one of the first games where he looked like himself again. Him and Ceballos back there cleaning stuff up. recovering balls when they need to. He was playing some good passes. I want to see his pass accuracy this game because I feel like it was very good from what I saw. Uh, 94%. Yep. That's where I thought it was. I didn't see him giving the ball away a lot. Unfortunately, one person I did see giving the ball away was Jude. 91% passes. I felt like he could have kept the ball a little bit better. That's my only criticism from him. Probably could have scored a goal if it wasn't for this guy, Jan Oblak. I hate, bro. When this guy retires, I'm throwing a party. I'm tired of that. I'm so sick and tired of this guy, bro. He's so good, and it makes zero sense why he's so good. One of the best keepers in the world right now. But yeah, we gotta talk about this front three, especially in that first half. In the second half, they picked it up. That's I don't have a problem with them picking it up in the second half. But what's going on with them in terms of like, I don't get it. Like, it seems like the chemistry. I don't know if it's what Carl was telling them because it felt like they were all centrally. I saw Fran Garcia basically handling the left wing position, and everybody was so centrally. They kept switching positions a lot, and I didn't know what they were doing. And they were giving the ball away. Vinny, I said Vinny and Mbappe. I think Vinny probably had like 2 to 3 touches in that first half. To be honest with you, but yeah, I think I'm not very fond of this front three combination. If I'm being honest with you, uh, and I don't know what to do. I personally don't know what to do with them. I don't know. It feels like PSG's front three when they had Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi. Like, three brilliant players individually, but coming together, didn't really have a lot of chemistry. Didn't really play that well together in big games, and that's what I feel like when I see our front three. I don't know what we're gonna do going forward. I feel like somebody needs to be sold. That's all. That's where I'm at with it. Vinny right now is in a contract renegotiation. Mbappe just signed with us last year, so he's fine in terms of contract situation. And Rodrigo is fine contract wise, also I believe, but he's always getting rumored. There's always clubs. You see clubs always being interested in him, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know what's. I feel like we need a traditional number nine, like a player like we saw in Gonzalo Garcia last game, who can header the ball, who's tall physically, and who's just more physically imposing, and I knows how to play with the ball, with the back to goal and things like that. I generally don't know what we're gonna do with this front three. Uh, Hopefully they start playing well together like they did in the second half, where I thought they were being more aggressive with the ball. They were making runs, and that's something they don't do a lot, in my opinion. Make runs off the ball. It's not like a lot of times the center backs have the ball at their feet, and no one is making a run. And it's like, what do you expect them to do? Make a run. Uh, the goal that we scored today, of course, individual brilliance. Rodrigo beating his man, both in Mbappe and Bellingham making a run into the box. Bellingham basically takes all the attention away from Mbappe. He almost scores, Bellingham does, but his shot gets blocked, and Mbappe is right there to finish it off with like a little bit of an Ozil shot. I don't know if he meant that, but hey, he scored the goal, secured us a point. I thought, yeah, Vinny way better in the second half. If we played like we did in the second half, this league is over. And yeah, outside of a soft pen today, I feel like we could have won this game. But hey, it is what it is. We gotta take care of business. We're still on top of the league at this moment. Like I said, we just gotta handle our business. And I don't want to look too far ahead into the future, but a lot of things need to change next year, in my opinion, and I don't know if they will. But we need a proper system on a new manager. Some fullbacks will be nice. Backline, I feel like the whole backline needs to be rebuilt, and I really think Chouameni can be that player that we're hoping that he can be. His last 2 games at the DM position have been fantastic, and I feel like I pray Rudiger and Alaba comes back soon so we can start seeing him back in that position. Kamavinga is back, so that's another option to throw in midfield. Uh, yeah, and we're gonna need that. We got Man City next. We're gonna need a lot of fresh legs. Uh, I hope that Fede Valverde gets rested next game. Him or Jude I would probably like they you gotta start resting these guys because they're getting ran. They're getting played a lot of minutes and a lot of high intensity minutes, in my opinion. But yeah, in terms of subs, I feel like this game wasn't crying for subs. Like I didn't really see a lot of players being tired and stuff like that. Maybe from my point of view, but I get why Carlo didn't bring any subs on earlier. The subs that he did make was swap Valverde at a right back, brought on Camavinga and Modric for Ceballos. I might have had, and he took off Rodrigo, I believe, for Brahim. I don't know. I can't. It's like it's whatever at that point. Like the game was basically all a draw at that point. So yeah. Anyway, I guess we should do player ratings. I basically kind of agree with everything that I'm seeing right now. I think Rodrigo is the best attacker with 8.0. I agree with that. Killian, I'll give a 7.5. I thought his touch failed him a little bit. But yeah. Vinny, I'll give it a 7. I thought in the second half he was way better, being more aggressive. I don't know what he was doing centrally. Sometimes it felt like he was just being wasted there. Jude, I'll actually give a 7. Maybe like a 6.9, honestly. I feel like he gave the ball away and he had a couple of chances he could have scored that he didn't. Ceballos, of course, like I said, man of the match for me, 8.5. Agree with that. Fede, 7.5. I'm good with that. Fran, I'll give 7.5. Asensio, I'll give an 8. I didn't think that kid made one mistake today, and I'm giving him an 8. Chirmany, I'll give a 7.5. I thought he did very well today outside of the soft pen. But yeah, Vasquez, even Vasquez, 7.5. Clap it up for Vasquez. Didn't make any major mistake. Courtois, I'll give a 7 today. And the manager, I'll give a 7. Uh, Actually, I gotta think about that first half because that first half didn't feel very good. Let me see how many possessions we had. 60% possession, more shots, more. Uh, yeah, you know what? I'll give Ancelotti a 7. The play picked up in the second half, and that's a sign of a good thing for a manager. But yeah, like I said, for the table right now, 1 point above Atleti, and 5 points above Barcelona. We'll see where that lands us in the future, but for now, I hope we hopefully Barcelona will lose tomorrow and don't capitalize on this. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy this video, and we'll see y'all later. Peace and goodbye.